Hello again, it's Chauffeur, and welcome to another video. And this one's going to be another video game related video, but it's actually going to be another tech related review. And this one is actually going to be about the AtGames Atari Flashback Portable. Now basically what this is, it's basically a portable Atari 2600 that obviously you can play the games on. Basically a portable Atari 2600. And yeah, obviously I will be reviewing something Atari related, even though it's not made by Atari. Licensed, more like, but still Atari related. Obviously I know I've been talking about Atari a lot, especially with the most of the Atari box, now called the VCS and stuff, and obviously doing those Alex Francis videos, buddy loved them. I've actually got a lot of good feedback from them, so I have, which is pretty cool. People saying, "Oh, I love the videos and stuff," and I like the character. You know, keep making the character, keep making videos with the character. So thank you all for that. And so yeah, Atari Flashback Portable and stuff. So basically, obviously, I'm just gonna talk about the handheld and stuff as usual when I do this sort of stuff. So one thing I will do is I'll show off what the console looks like. So obviously that's the front of it and stuff. You've got, the buttons and stuff. You've got the D-pad, so you do. You have a reset button, so obviously if you're in a game and you want to go back to the main menu, you press that, which is pretty cool. You've got a start button to start the game. And then you've got these 6 buttons and stuff. A, R, S, P, L, and T, so you do. Now you might be thinking, well, because the fact Atari has like one button and the sort of like analog stick, you know what I mean? Well, the joystick on it. Why are there 6 buttons? Now, obviously, you can actually remap them, which is pretty cool. I think, I'm not entirely sure, I think you can. But basically, from what I've heard, AtGames actually used the mouldings from the Mega Drive handheld, because there is a Mega Drive handheld. And obviously, later controls for the Sega Mega Drive use 6 buttons. So basically what they've done is obviously changed the colours of it, to match the Atari 2600. So basically that's why. And obviously you got the screen in the middle, obviously, being a handheld, but it's actually quite nice, you know what I mean? On the bottom, you've got a headphone jack, so obviously if you want to listen to the music on there. You've got an on and off switch to turn the system on. On that side, there's nothing. That side, there's nothing. On the top of it, you have a dial, so obviously if you want to turn the volume up or down, you know what I mean, basically if you want to do that. You have an AV out port, so obviously if you want to connect it to a television, and you have a port to charge the handheld, which is quite nice. And you also have a little light there, obviously, to indicate when the handheld is in charge, when it's charging. And you've actually got another one here, which is for low battery. So obviously, once the handheld goes into low bar, you know what I mean, and you need to charge it, obviously it will indicate, a light to basically inform you that you need to charge it. But the one thing that's actually quite interesting with this handheld is there's actually a port in the middle. So you do. And basically this is an SD card port on it. So say I've got an SD card there. And basically what this is used is to actually add games to the handheld, which is quite nice. Because obviously you get a bunch of games in here, which is really, really good. And because of that SD card port, you can actually add games to the system, which is pretty cool. All you do basically is you basically just download them onto an SD card and basically insert the SD card into the handheld. And then there's a section at the end, like on the last page. You basically click on that, and it will show all the ROMs that you've actually downloaded on the SD card, and then you can play them straight away, which is pretty nice. And I quite like that ability. I think that's a really, really good thing to have. So if there are any games out there that are not on the handheld, you can just download them and put them onto an SD card and then start playing them, which is really, really good. I quite like that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And then obviously you got the back of it, which obviously has the Atari logo and obviously the batch number from where I bought it. So basically, you know what I mean. So yeah, so one thing I will show talk about is my experience of this handheld. Now, I actually bought this a couple of months ago, so I did. And it was definitely something I wanted to get, into for a while. Now, even though Atari is making their own handheld, even though Atari is making their whole new generation console, they are coming out with a new retro handheld. So they are, which looks really, really nice. And I think this is actually going to be made by Atari, so it is. And it's called the Atari Wreck. I think it's the Atari Retro Handheld, something like that's called. Looks pretty nice and stuff. And that's going to have 50 games in it, but obviously it's got no SD card port on it. But the reason why a lot of people like it is obviously because the SD card slot on it, so you can add the games. But I wanted to, play some of these old games and stuff, and I wasn't really sure what to do. You know what I mean? What to get, because I do have the Atari collections on the PS4, which are actually really, really cool. But I'd been rereading about this and thought I want to definitely get this, so I bought it a couple of months ago from Argos, so I did, and I was really, really happy once I got it and stuff. So obviously once I got home, I put it on charge, and then once it was fully charged, I tried it out for a bit, and I thought, wow, this is really, really good, and it's great to play these like old classics and stuff on a modern, retro handheld. It's really, really good. And after a while, I started adding more games to it. The first one I added was Space Invaders, and it was really, really good. And my mum actually had a go on it. She's like, wow, this is really, really good. Because she loves, Space Invaders, like I've mentioned before. And she thought, wow, this is really, really good. And I think if this actually had Space Invaders, I think she'd personally buy it. But I think then she'd probably stop playing it after a while. So she would. And then I ended up adding a bunch of other games to the handheld, to the handheld. After that, I added E.T., the 2600 game and stuff. Because I've actually never played that and stuff. It's not bad, but you need the manual. You need the flipping manual to actually properly play that. Because that game gets a bad rap from people saying, "Oh, it's a terrible game." You need to read the manual, you know what I mean, to play it. And then after that, I added other games and stuff. I added Halo 2600, that fan-made game that was made by, is it Ed Fries? He worked on the, I think he worked on the original Halo, because he worked at Microsoft, didn't he? And it's actually not a bad game. It's really, really good. Obviously, it's not endorsed by Microsoft, but it was made in his spare time, so it was. I think it released in 2010, and it's not bad for a sort of, Halo fan-made game made on the 2600. It's really, really good, and obviously good for the hardware it's on. Because people might think, well, did they downgrade it from the original Xbox onto the Atari 2600? No, he just made it, obviously, on the console and stuff. There was no downgrading there. And I added, obviously, a bunch more and stuff, and I thought it's really, really good. Because I actually have some games I definitely want to play. Actually, I'll put that down just in case I do throw it. But it's definitely a great handheld if you want to play some of those old classics. And obviously it's nothing like the 3DS or the Vita, but it's nice to definitely have, play these old classics. And I think some of these little retro handhelds are really, really good. I know there's a few Sega ones out there. I actually do have a Sega one. It's a Game Gear and Master System one, so it is. I've got it around here somewhere and stuff. Actually, you know what? I will actually just try quickly find it. I'll show you it, so I will. Be back in a few seconds, so I will. I'm back, that's it. Yeah, basically this is it. I got this a while ago, a couple of Christmases ago. And basically this is a Sega Game Gear Master System handheld. Obviously also made by AtGames and stuff, and obviously you get 2 buttons and stuff. If anyone's actually interested, I might actually do a review on this, so I will. So yeah, that's that one and stuff. I do like the design of it, especially the buttons and stuff. It's really, really good. And yeah, really, you know what I mean, Atari Portable and stuff. Definitely, you know, worth your time if you want to play the games and stuff. I know it's not for everyone, you know what I mean? I know a lot of people are not always going around saying, oh, Atari, I want to play Atari. But it's definitely a little great handheld if you definitely want to play some old classics. I know people are going to say, why do you just emulate them on your mobile phone? You know what I mean? You know, do that or something. People like this sort of stuff, you know what I mean? It's a really, really nice thing to have. And it's definitely nice in the hands. It really, really is. Feels pretty cool to play and stuff. Because I've even gone out, you know, for the day and, you know, brought this for me and stuff. Playing some old great classics, you know what I mean? So yeah, Atari Flashback Portable, made by AtGames. To me, a great handheld and stuff. And a little interesting little gadget to have, so it is. I love these little portable things, they're pretty cool and stuff. So I just want to say thank you very much for watching, hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all on Tuesday, so I will. Hope you have a great weekend, have a great time, and just enjoy yourselves, just have a great time and stuff. So I just want to say thank you very much for watching, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all later on. See you later, bye! And that's what happens when you play Atari. So thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. And bye all. Modern forever. Modern forever. Yay. Modern forever.